Naruto, I know you don't plan on letting that slide. Are you really gonna let those people bully you forever?
Ooh, got his ass.
I need you to go remind those thugs where they belong. Yeah, you should be ashamed for even letting that thing put her hands on you like that. I know. Letting Sami see me like that has had me thinking about pulling the sheets ever since. It is not February anymore. Nobody has BLM in their bio these days, so what exactly are you waiting for? You right, them being segregated is not enough. So buy that one behind you and make sure this never happens again. So after realizing what he must do, Naruto and B head out to settle the score. But as they're running, something comes booming down in front of them before the dust settles, and we see it's none other than the Raikage and the GOAT herself, looking as good as ever too. Sheesh! She is most definitely not the only reason I'm putting this part in the vid, guys. Chill. And we see it's not just me, but B got his eyes on the prize. She dang near got his glasses about to bust open. And I can't be mad because it wouldn't be the only thing. And you know it's crazy because he literally lives in the same village as Samui. Tsunade just like that for real. Like, look at how much he is sweating, man. You would think he been living on that island they had Sanji on or something. He acting like he never seen a woman before. No wonder they had to pack him up and have him living in a cave by himself. Ain't no telling what he was gonna do with them tentacles. But A, knowing that his brother is a freak, immediately calls him out for staring at my goat's chest, knowing that she's already claimed. Got B over here stuttering out of his mind. He got too much milk on the brain. Until this guy has the gall to straight up say out loud, and I quote, that the 5th Hokage's jugs are immense.
You need to leave.
And I'm not taking this disrespect. There is no way I'm letting him talk like that about her in front of me. By the time I'm finished with him, it's gonna look like he just got interrogated by Batman. But that's when A tells them both that their kind is not allowed beyond this point. They need to go back to the island where they belong. And not entertaining that nonsense, Tsunade notices that her genius and favorite student has gotten control of the Nine-Tails chakra, even giving him his props. She's so real, man. But that's when B starts up his Playboy Cardi version of Talk No Jutsu, just rapping pure garbage, asking A to not keep them segregated anymore. But if he would have asked me like that, I would have slapped that tattoo off his cheek. Bro, you better talk normally. But A just tells him to shut up and that they are not going anywhere, which of course gets Naruto pissed as he realizes that all of his non-melanated people are out free right now while he's stuck with Bubba B. Alright, I'm not doing this no more. And so now Naruto whips out his Talk No Jutsu that of course does not work on the Raikage. I mean, look at him. We all know this brother was not folding to that. Talking back to a black man is the easiest way to get backhanded. They are not trying to hear all that. So instead, Naruto decides to just take what he wants, just like the good old days. Going jumping up just for A to pop up with this belt in hand, ready to remind Naruto that this is not the Leaf. Ain't no back talking going on over here. And Naruto cannot believe his eyes. The only time he done ever been disciplined is from Sakura, as A cocks back and blasts this boy straight to the ground. That had me thinking he sent him straight down to Minato. But we see he goes sliding back after blocking the punch, as he thinks to himself, God damn, that ninja's strong. What kind of chicken do they be eating? And he knows that he do not got a chance, because instead of trying again, he turned to Tsunade asking for backup. And you can see in her face she wanna fold so bad. And I don't blame her, because she gon' make me fold too. So Naruto even hits her with the cherry on top saying, please Tsunade, I need this. My mom is kinda homeless. And naturally, it got Tsunade hitting the speed before standing 10 toes saying she is not letting him go, making Naruto accept what he must do, putting his hand up and saying he's gonna force his way through. This man really is the no David of the Naruto verse. He just do not listen, as he says he's going faster this time, blitzing out of there and going zigzagging across the map looking like Minato and Storm, before A just flashes right in front of him, flexing his superior physical genes, making Naruto stop at his tracks to give the old man his respect. If he's still moving this fast at like 50, he might be the LeBron of the verse, even glazing himself, saying he is the fastest ninja alive ever since the 4th got packed up. Before now he starts getting glazed, until he tried to turn it into a lecture telling Naruto to not end up like him, in the grave, or more accurately, sealed away, making Naruto start looking down to him for advice, before saying, don't talk about his dad like that, looking like a whole threat. as he has a flashback of both of his parents getting knocked off the village census, which makes him lock all the way in. So A like, oh, you think you tough? I'm big dog around here. As he charges up too, saying he finna murk this 16-year-old. Got Granny back here shaking in her britches. She did not think they would need CPS for this. But being a dog, Naruto just puts up that hand sign showing no signs of backing down, which is proof to the Raikage that he wants to die. As a crazy punch comes in, making Tsunade about throw her hip out of place to say wait, before the punch just gets caught by Lil Bro B finally stepping up to his big brother. With my goat way back here saying she is not going for this junk either. And if he wants to pack anybody up, it better be that Thug B, because they're both Jinchuriki and they're both trying to escape. Why are you discriminating, Raikage, huh? But as they're touching hands, we go into a flashback of the good old days, where the Raikage is still bullying kids. Good times. But while they're daydreaming, Naruto realizes this is his chance, so he takes off, just to get smacked up out the air and sent flying back. But having that Nick at 30 mindset, he is not giving up. So he jumps into the air, making A follow suit and smack him right back down yet again. But suddenly, B comes flying up as backup, hitting his own brother with a lariat that does absolutely 0 damage. Got A looking at him in pure disappointment, like an OF model's dad. Should've went with gay son. Before he just backhands this grown man out the way, got him looking like he belly flopping sideways, even coughing up some ketchup. He did not hit you that hard, little bro. Even I would've ate that junk. But now A comes flying down to finish Naruto before freezing in the air, as you see him getting grabbed and diddled with by a tentacle. I'm sorry, but there's no way I'd allow him to live after this. Ain't nobody finna put a tentacle on me, I promise you. But once again, Naruto thinks because of this, it is his time to shine. Going dipping off, making A grab the tentacle, yeet this man B around, then smack him directly into Naruto, sending them both crashing to the ground where they go sliding back for about 10 seconds. They really trying to gas it up. So now A lands and looks over to Tsunade asking for backup, even though he's having 0 difficulty right now. He's just trying to see some jiggle physics IRL. I hope she smack your dumb ass, buddy. And being a real one, she don't even respond or give him the satisfaction of eye contact. That's what I'm talking about, man. As we even see it with her eyes closed before locking in and going walking up. But it's to stand with Naruto and be, oh my gosh, she the GOAT, bro. Like she really is the GOAT, bro. I don't know if there's been anybody else to support Naruto like Tsunade, man. She really do not get enough respect for it. We see Shikamaru and Boruto right now getting bullied by the elders, and she had both of them dangling in the air just to defend Naruto. And now she's standing up to literally the leader of the entire world? She's actually the realest ninja of all time. Just look at her too, she just knows she tough. And of course the Raikage is pissed since he wanted all the cougars to himself. But Tsunade is not taking no disrespect. And in an effort to get on her good side, we see B come sprinting in with that lariat loaded and getting direct contact with his brother's chin. But once again, 0 damage, letting A load up an uppercut that gets equalized by one from B at the same time, showing off that brother connection. Before B whispers in his ear, yo big bro, you slept on me for too long, you know. Now it's time to show you what I did in my cave besides rhyme. One arm might be bigger than the other, but it's okay, cause you my brother, so take it like a man. As they both separate going sliding back, realizing it's time. Before B goes charging back in, and likewise does A, putting it all on the line before they both boom into each other. And through sheer dog and will, B sends A flying off of him and crashing into the ground, leaving the old man down here looking pissed. It's like the first time you beat your dad in basketball, bro. Look at him, down here looking stupid. As B comes slowly walking through the dust, standing over him and making sure he knows that he's big bro now. And instead of one leading the other, now they can fight side by side. But he not hearing that shit, as he goes right back to pressing Naruto, reminding him again that his dad is dead. Oh, and your mom, she dead too. So whether you got the 9 tails or not, that junk do not matter. And it makes Tsunade go sliding in front of Naruto to hit A with another dose of Talk no Jutsu that would make any man fold. As B steps in front of him saying he stands with Naruto. And hearing that nonsense, A smacks his ass right up out of there, sending him about completely out the frame. Before he goes charging up all the way to V2, ready to end this joke right here, right now. And Tsunade like, nah, fuck all that. If you want him, you gotta go through me. Like, come on, bro. Respect her. And while we here, if you want somebody to go through you, that could be arranged. But Naruto knows she is not really built for this. So instead of letting her get involved, he goes blitzing by and runs right down the sideline going for the touchdown. Before A comes out of nowhere, caught back, ready to eviscerate this boy. As he goes in with the punch, leaving Naruto staring not only at his fat ass hand, but in the eyes of death. As the Raikage crashes in, tearing the map up like he actually wanted to send Naruto to the family reunion. Yo, this man is insane. And speaking of Naruto, he's nowhere to be seen, which means
Naruto!
yes sir, you're crazy if you thought the son of Minato Namikaze would lose to a monk. Even giving A flashbacks of when Minato did the exact same thing to him back in the day. Got the whole squad in disbelief. They talking about Naruto like how they were talking about Gohan after he beat Cell. They are shook. And with this, the Raikage gives him permission to go out and save the world. But before he can really lock in, there's something he gotta get out his system, and it involves the 4 Kage of previous generations walking up like they just oh so tough. And look at the army they got back here hitting the Gohan straight ducking. You'd think they was fighting people who was actually like that for real. The Alliance had more dog when they fought Madara. Bro in the front ran in like he had any chance of not getting folded like an omelet. But back to the task at hand, I'm confused as to why they back here trying to hide like this. These Kage are not like that for real. Nope. We got the 3rd Raikage, who in all honesty is just a worse version of the 4th Raikage, whose whole career is just living off that 8 Tails lore, like that one uncle who swore he could hoop before he messed up his knee. And then we got Rasa, who is like the same or maybe weaker than like 16-year-old Gaara, who's right here by the way, followed by Gengetsu, who is carried by the one statement that he and Mu packed each other up. But we don't even know how, so I mean, I guess. But Mu is honestly the strongest one here. But coincidentally enough, Anoki's here. So this should really be light work for real. But the Kage keep walking up until a humongous wave of sand starts barreling towards him. That's so crazy, Rasa think it's Shukaku instead of, you know, his son. Bro had no faith that little would survive. And you would think that he would, considering he tried to off him like 10 times and it never worked. But then he locks in and starts sending up a wave of sand of his own, but his shit got gold in it. Meaning this bum was out here turning his son into a demon when he had an infinite money glitch. Bro is a psychopath for the love of the game. Brother, you're focused on the wrong thing. You could have been walking around like Kakazu, but instead you chose to be an Orochimaru variant. Brother, you're sick. But regardless, both waves of sand collide, canceling each other out before Rasa looks up at his own flesh and blood, all grown up. Except Gaara is not on that soft shit like a bad BBL. He go right to tying everybody up. Except Mu. Pay attention now, because that's when we see Anoki above him giving us a dismantling jutsu beam clash. Like we in Dragon Ball, that results in this fat explosion and a whole bunch of chakra down the drain, right where I put all my respect for Jiraiya. As then Rasa slaps the sand, freeing everybody up, and we get a lore drop on Gaara's backstory that we've seen at least 6 times already, before Gaara and Rasa decide to have a nonchalant off, both sending sand with their arms crossed, not stressing at all, as it goes evenly clashing again, making an opening for everybody else to go running in. Just for Gaara to turn on friendly fire and start raining down balls like a Kardashian X meetup, making Rasa have to start blocking him, letting him along with everybody else get caught lacking from below, leading us into yet another sentimental gap session, as we find out that whole time it's been Gaara's mom protecting him from the sand from the grave. And also, that it was Rasa who tried to get his son assassinated while also giving him a lifetime of psychological trauma, making people tell him that he was never loved, not even by his own mother. Dad of the year right here, chat. But now that's irrelevant, because he gets sealed then utterly flattened like that thing behind Taylor Swift, as Gengetsu and the Raikage bust out of their seals to go land racing at the army before pouncing at them, and both smashing the group, showing me all I needed to see. I swear they really do just be letting anybody in this verse be a ninja, bruh. I should've known when I first saw Iruka. We still ain't seen him do nothing, but then we go in to see mad bodies laid out sleep like it's nap time, with the 2 Kage standing in the middle of a crowd, since now everybody else scared to jump in. But for the Kage being the nice guys that they are, tell everybody what their weaknesses are. I might have been hating for no reason. They might be W men's. And even now the Raikage goes jumping off to split up just to give these bums a chance. But these dudes are so garbage, they got me wanting to make a video on them, just so I can cook them. But we go over to see a pile of kunai all landing in the same spot on the ground like they was aiming for Tobirama, as the Raikage appears and he does not look amused. Bro is going against a group led by Tamari, and it is not part 1, so we all know this is pretty much some filler. And look at her, she got the nerve to be mad too. Maybe if you learned to do anything without that big ass Yao Ming fan, you wouldn't have a problem right now. And so the Raikage keeps giving them cheat codes to win that eventually gives Tamari an idea. So they get in formation before all teaming up and blasting a wind casting net that the Raikage just stands there looking at, knowing he probably finna just brush it off like LeBron was doing to the last crumbs of his hair, as it crashes into him, letting the NPCs go running in, until suddenly we see him just start getting cooked and sent back by a bunch of random sand like Gaara's mom done switch sides, till we see the shadow of the Raikage just standing there like he really liked that, as we even go into him having the audacity to look mad like he ain't just pack up a bunch of innocent NPCs. Like, look at how you got this man sprawled out, bruh. He has a family. As we then pan to Tamari looking pissed, realizing this is way above her pay grade. This like getting dropped in a server with Ninja back in 2018. You just gotta accept the L. But one positive we can take away out of this, shout out Magic, is that they were at least able to damage him with that attack. Now the negative is that he can just regenerate. So sadly, they didn't really do anything, which leads to Dodai stepping forward, telling them that with this trash group they got, they have no chance at winning. Before we even get a lore drop about how he got murked back in the day by fighting 10,000 people for 3 days and 3 nights before eventually losing. Minato would never. And hearing that, Tamari takes her Shikamaru inspired gulp, realizing that they are indeed cooked. Because as you can tell, there ain't no Minato over here, but they do got something better, as none other than the child of prophecy himself arrives on the battlefield as the squad's one and only star of hope, leaving everybody in utter shock, and I don't even blame him. Going from Tamari being your strongest fighter to KCM Naruto is like going from Boruto era Anko to Tsunade. Just a crazy difference in talent. And so then Naruto leaps into the air, getting directly in front of the sun, just basking in the aura, knowing he's the only relevant character here, before he go right into starting up that Rasen Shuriken, not trying to waste no time packing up yet another black man. So he beams it down with the chakra arm getting smoothly weaved, even giving bro a free shape up too.
I like it, cut G.
Except this is all part of Naruto's plan. Once again showing off that 200 battle IQ, as the arm turns around, yeeting the Rasen Shuriken at a lacking Raikage, finna blow his back to smithereens, as he turns around realizing he's cooked before jumping over the Rasen Shuriken, putting his big ass in the air, looking like he finna start twerking. Except then we see Naruto land, catching the Rasen Shuriken, then going in and smacking this man with it, sending him literally flying back. But Kishimoto was like, nah, I'm not finished, before it explodes on him, probably turning bro into a pile of Arby's chicken nuggets, giving the squad their chance to run in the seal. Except of course, it can never be that easy, because then this crackhead opens his eyes, slicing the seal off of him, before then jumping back for round 2. Just absolutely wasting an inconceivably genius play from the unpredictable ninja, man. I'm sick. As we pan up, seeing his whole body is cooked, but it just heals back up, putting us right back to square one, even putting Naruto in shock. I don't think he's ever saw the Rasen Shuriken not work. That junk was just clapping pain bodies, and they was already dead too. But now Dodai runs up, telling Naruto the Raikage's been completely taken over by Kabuto, probably flooding his mind with the Orochimaru thoughts. I'm surprised he ain't try to pull a Shisui yet, until he then lolls up that hand like he ready to pimp slap somebody. And seeing this, Dodai tells everyone to dip, while the Earth Ninja makes some walls. This must about to be a Will Smith level slap. That man is terrified. But then we see all these freaks start throwing up like they walked into the bathroom after Dave Blunt's, even giving us this interesting POV like we watching R. Kelly, till suddenly it somehow makes a wall start to appear as a Raikage blitzes forward, flying straight towards the wall, even giving Dodai no choice but to support the wall with a whole bunch of Luffy, as a Raikage crashes into it, even going through with his acclaimed strongest jutsu, the 4-finger thrust. And I just gotta say, 4 fingers is crazy, bro. You might have to tone that down a little, I'm just saying. But he goes barreling through, eventually making it all the way into the rubber, making Dodai once again tell everybody to dip, knowing they trash ass is all finna get kebabbed like it's cookout time. Except these bozos was like, nah, we can see where he's coming from. We finna cook this. As even Tamari is like, bruh, no, run, please. As Dodai snatches up Naruto, jumping away while the army rushes in. But at the same time, the Raikage becomes a little more reasonable, going down to a 3-finger thrust and popping through the rubber, then booming into him. As we see Dodai and Naruto were able to escape, getting the high ground, meaning they have S-tier seats to this slaughter that's finna go down. As we look to see bodies just getting ran through like Bonnie Blue doing the Thomas the Train challenge. Before Dodai looks down to see them menacing 3 fingers calling his name, looking like he having flashbacks of when he was in jail or something. Before we find out that this demon used to box with the 8-tails back in the day, which is cool, I guess. Like, congrats, you're weaker than Kushina, hooray! But considering this man has absolutely zero back but was able to do it, is quite impressive. Even though I stand more on the side that he was just out there pulling a Patrick Beverly and just running around tricking y'all. But that's just me. But that's when Naruto realizes that if bro is so tough, then what's that fat ass AMP looking scar on his chest? Leading Dodai to tell us that he got it from one of his fights with the 8-tails, but no one knows how. So putting 2 and 2 together, Naruto knows there's only one attack capable of doing that much damage, as he starts up that tail beast bomb. But as he's doing that, we go down to see the Raikage surrounded by NPCs who are all scared to make a move, just crab walking around him, before we see this guy slowly backing up. All that acting tough, now the light's bright and you ducking. Wish I would do that in front of Tamari, you're crazy. And speaking of, she is back here stressing, thinking the only thing she can do is retreat like a bunch of bitch. Till we go back up to see Naruto struggling making the tail beast bomb. As the Raikage loads up them fingers, then swings that hand around, packing up mad NPCs. And at the same time, Naruto loses the tail beast bomb, even taking little bro back down the base, where he is still the strongest one here. But realizing another one of Naruto's plans failed, she tells everybody to back up and get ready, as something booms in the distance and we see even more bodies laid out after getting ran through by the big black. And now is when Naruto decides to stop with the shenanigans and get some help, telling Dodai that he needs to talk to B and Gyuki. But before they even get the chance, the rock they're standing on goes crumbling and sending them both free falling down, looking terrified, knowing both of their asses is grass, like if Kyle Lowry went to prison. As we see the Raikage speeding towards him, this time making a fist, like bro please, the 4 fingers was already too much. So that's when Dodai makes a rubber ball surrounding Naruto that the Raikage smacks, sending that to the moon with Toneri. As Dodai makes that call, and we see Naruto actually down here safe and sound on a leash, making sure he don't do some dumb shit. Also showing off his crazy battle IQ, knowing that it's one thing a black man can't resist besides snow bunnies: a ball. So then Naruto locks in and makes contact with B, and in turn Gyuki as well, who tells him that the Raikage was solid and could take the blows, which I mean, if that's what you're into, is cool, I guess. But then Naruto asks him about the scar on his chest, and bro has no idea how he got it. All he knows is that they both fell forward after many rounds of going at each other, which is all Naruto needed to hear to figure out what he has to do. I'm telling y'all, this man's a genius, bro. But that's when we see the Raikage slicing through the ball just to find nothing, like he just cut through one of Nicki Minaj's implants, making him stand up like, ain't no way I just fell for this dumbass shit. Before he jumps back into the air, taking us back to Naruto, who's going into Sage mode. Yes sir, it's game time now, chat. So then he brings out the hand song, spawn again his trusty, old reliable shadow clone. So then he tells Dodai to dip, and we see my boy is locked. It's finna be like the 1800. So the Raikage comes speeding in looking pissed, making Naruto start to cook up that Rasengan before jumping forward as the Raikage takes it down to only 1 finger, meaning he is going for precision and speed as they race into each other before Naruto smoothly dodges under and puts the Rasengan straight into the Raikage's elbow, making him blow his own chest out as Naruto falls to the ground, and we see the Raikage standing there, knuckle deep with his whole fist inside his chest, before his whole body starts to get the Thanos snap treatment, letting them waste no time wrapping him up in a seal, therefore ending the 3rd Raikage. Meaning everybody is safe and sound, with Kabuto only having 1 more reanimation left. So maybe things won't be too bad after all.